Sissies and buddies, welcome back to my channel. So it is dinner time again, and then once again it is Soul Food Sunday. So I made some soul food, and we're gonna get eating and do a little chatting. So here we go. The first thing I made was some macaroni salad, and this macaroni salad has green onion in it, and carrots, and red bell pepper, celery. Ooh, excuse me. So that's my macaroni salad. Um, Over here I made some creamed Brussels sprouts. So it's ideally the same concept as creamed spinach, but instead of using the spinach, I use the Brussels sprouts. So boil the Brussels sprouts till they're nice and soft down. I boil mine with some onions and some garlic, a little salt and pepper. Boil them down till they get soft. I have some heavy, excuse me, I have some heavy cream. Let them do their thing. You could always add like a cream of mushroom soup too if you like that, but I usually make that like for people who say they don't like Brussels sprouts or have never liked Brussels sprouts. That recipe is a good way to get people to eat Brussels sprouts because not a lot of people like Brussels sprouts, but they're a slept on vegetable. They're very good. Oh, I got some water, so I'm preparing my water right now. As you can see, I'm still not back at my normal spot. I'm still fighting sick. Every time I think I won, it comes back, puts another foot in my tail. So when I feel like I can eat, I'm eating and then sharing it with you all. So the cream Brussels sprouts. So if you want to try it, a quick recipe for it, fry some bacon, just little chunks of bacon, green onion, boil down your Brussels sprouts just a little bit. Pour all the water off of them, throw the bacon in there, throw the onions in there, a little bit of fresh garlic, some cream of mushroom soup, throw that sucker in the oven, boom, you got it. Now, and the other thing I made tonight was some pig feet. So I just boil my pig feet down, and most of the time I don't use plain water. Sometimes I do, but you know me, I love my chicken broth. So I throw those suckers in there with some chicken broth, um, some onions, garlic, not too much salt because the chicken broth is salty, and that's it. Now, I remember growing up hating pig feet, like, oh my God. But when I was like 10, my Auntie Lori, rest in peace, she was pregnant with the oldest of my two cousins that she and my uncle blessed us with. And I was like, Auntie Lori, I hate pig feet. Because my granny had made some for dinner. I was like, I hate pig feet. I think I was like 10 years old. She was like, try them out, I eat them. So ever since then, I tried them how she eat them. And that's the only way I can eat my pig feet. And it's basically you pour some vinegar on them, put some mustard on it, and some hot sauce. And that's it. And I've been eating them that way ever since. I don't even really know that I liked it as a kid. I just think I love my Auntie Lori so much. She was so beautiful and kind. I think I just loved her so much that I wanted to be like her. So I was like, okay, I'll eat them like you. And it just grew on me. And all these years later, I still eat it that way. Mustard, hot sauce, and white vinegar in the bowl. So I've been trying to do Soul Food Sunday every Sunday this month because it's Black History Month for one. And then for two, try to reintroduce my family into some things I haven't cooked in a while. And I feel like once a week is not bad. A lot of people don't eat pig feet. My daughter will sometimes, but my son really ain't messing with it. He's tried it a few different ways in his life trying to like it, but I don't think he really with it. And that's okay because, people have their food preferences. I never push things on my kids. If they don't like it, they don't like it. I'll make them something else. So with being on social media and everything like that, and with being Black History Month, it got me to thinking, I was watching this video of people saying, black people that influence them in their life. And of course I knew some, and of course I didn't know some, so it was like an interesting video to watch. And got me to thinking. Who is the most influential black person for me in my lifetime? I know it's gonna sound corny, but I'm gonna keep it 100. It would have to be my granny. Like, she was a very strong woman, very hardworking. Like, she was, raising kids in a time where in America, as a black woman, you could be two things: a maid or a nurse. And my understanding of it is at some point she did both. Raised her kids, raised some of us, a couple generations of cousins and everybody else. Everybody was always in my granny house. She had an open door and an open heart for just about anybody. You know what I mean? And would take you in, feed you, help you get on your feet, kick some knowledge to you. You know what I'm saying? Try to make you a better person. I don't think that's not something you can get off TV. Or through some novel that somebody wrote. Like, that's, for me, that's real life experiences. Something that's priceless. Tearing them pig feet up. I super love pig feet. I can tell so many stories about my granny. Just, you know what I'm saying, being inspirational. Like, one time she told me, like, I had a job and I didn't particularly like my job. And I wanted to do something else. I wanted to do something in my mind that I felt was better than this job. And she was like, you know, best at work advice I ever got in my life. She was like, you know, it don't matter if you know, start at the bottom and work your way up. When you out here and you don't have no job, any job is better than no job. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta be a pooper scooper, you put on your hip boots and you scoot, be the best pooper scooper that man ever seen. And then if an opportunity comes up, then you'll move up. You know, a lot of times you have to start at the bottom, and that's okay. And you know, I always kept that mentality and get a job and work my freaking tail off. You know what I mean? And I learned that from her. Thinking back on how huge that high school was, and all those buildings she used to clean, like, that was freaking hard work. Buffing all those floors and doing all that stuff. That was hard work. She did it with a smile. The students loved her. The teachers loved her. You know, she had a reputation for doing a good freaking job. Life circumstances sometimes don't allow us all to do things that we love to do in order to survive. So until you can get to that point, do what you have to do and do it with a smile. I got his people. I hate my job and these customers and this, that, and the third. And I be talking to him like this and I be talking to him like that. I'm like, my thing is this. You chose this job. You know, you can't control how the people on the other end act, but you can control yourself. To treat somebody funny or to be rude or say something smart to somebody, that is a personal choice. It is not their behavior that makes you do that. It's you in that moment you choose to say so on and so forth. I don't know. I heard that as an excuse. I mean, being on both sides of it. Now, because the person in front of me had a crappy attitude, now I'm trying to get my junk. And now this cashier is still fuming from that. Is treating me funny. it's gonna affect my patriotism. Like, I'm not gonna come here and spend my money, and your cashier got a bad attitude with me. I'm gonna take my money somewhere else. And I try to keep that mentality because, not for nothing, but I'm trying to run my own business. Trying to get what I need to do off the ground and have it be successful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to understand it from both parts of view. Some people out here in this world are just unhappy and miserable folks. And those people are going to be unhappy and miserable and rude. You know what I'm saying? But now it is your choice whether you're going to let their attitude affect you, affect who you are, affect what you're going to do. Not me. Well, yeah, I remember my granny used to have some funny times. I told y'all about that agricultural center that she worked at, and let me tell you, again, I'm a low-key city girl, so I was never really around animals, like, not the real kind, like the kind that's already chopped up and butchered in the store, yes ma'am, but not the kind that got legs and be, you know what I'm saying, running around. So, one time, I got off work, so I was trying to go up there and chill with her until she got off or whatever. And when I got there, one of her coworkers was like, oh, she over at the agriculture center, so I was like, okay. Listen, nobody told me that geese were aggressive. I didn't know that. I haven't been around no geese. They ain't got no geese in the valley, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, I come to the gate, I noticed, right, in hindsight, she telling me the story, but I noticed as soon as I opened the gate, the mother geese, like, stuck her head, the mother goose, like, stuck her head up, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore it. I've been back here 100 times, you know what I'm saying? No big deal. And so when you come through the gate, like, it's all the greenery, but it's still like a path that you can take and go down to the classroom. So I'm on the on the path, and I notice the geese like coming towards me, like, roar. So I start speeding up a little. The goose starts speeding up again. The next thing you know, I'm running, screaming again. This thing is trying to attack me, and I'm screaming like, "Grandma! Grandma, help! Help!" She opened up the classroom door, like, "What the hell is you doing out there?" And I almost bowled her over. Let me tell you, I was running through that door so fast. I was like, "Move!" She came in there and I slammed that gate. You could still hear the goose outside, wherever. It was so mad. It was like, rah, rah, rah. She was like, "What is you doing?" I said that thing was trying to attack me. She was like, "It has eggs over there near that gate, and that's why, that's why we've been coming in through the back way, because you come through that gate, she gonna, in her mind, you trying to mess with her eggs, so she getting ready to, you know what I'm saying?" I was like, that shit was trying to get me down. I was like, hell no. She opened up that back door so we could go out the back. I was like, trust and believe, that to this day, I do not like birds, okay? I don't like them in a cage. As soon as the bird make the sound, the pigeons, all that, I be like, "Move, bird," okay? I do not play with y'all evil selves. Oh, hell no. That sucker had me shook. I'm still shook. 20 years later, I do not mess with birds. Y'all got me twisted. That thing was trying to kill me. And then I didn't realize how fast they ran either. And then, you know what I'm saying, the wings just open and so I was like, "Ah, Grandma, help!" I was like, "Help! Grandma!" That shit was too funny. It's funny now, but in that moment, I was crying real tears. Let me tell you, because I ain't never been attacked by no animal before. That I'm scared as hell. The junk was super scary. Okay, don't even play. That junk was super scary. Ever since then, she couldn't get me to go back in that agriculture center either. And the nights that she had to do that agriculture center, I would either stay at the mall or just go sit in the waiting, like in her break area, and wait for her. No, I'm not gonna go back over there. I will not be attacked. You got me twisted. I do not mess with geese. Them things is dangerous and aggressive. Okay, play too much. Sure, ain't back in time for that. No ma'am, no ham. But yeah, we used to have so much fun at that high school. It's weird being in high school. Well, at that time in my life, I guess for me it was weird being in a high school, and it was closed because she worked the late shift. So after night school left, that was usually her last building to clean after night school left, and being inside those buildings after dark, it was like scary movies. Sometimes something happened, I'd be screaming. She'd be like, "God damn it, girl." Go sit your black ass in the car. You get on my nerves. I'd be like, "What's that sound?" She'd be like, "Get out." Boy, I guess I always been paranoid, but at that time Freddy Krueger was out. Was he not always killing people up in that high school? So I hear a freaking sound. I think one time one of her co-workers, we was coming down the hallway, and I kept saying it looked like somebody was on the outside of that glass, and then I guess I don't know if he was playing or moving or whatever. She was like, "No." And then when we came out the classroom, he was at the door but opening it with his key. I guess he was at the door but opening with his key, but to me it looked like axe murder situation. I must scream so loud, took off running down the other side of that hallway. She was like, "Where is you going? You can't even get out down there." I'm telling you, being in high school after dark is creepy and weird, especially one that was as old as Canoga High was then. I don't know if they have redone it or anything by now, but that high school was creepy as hell. I'd be like, "Grandma." She'd be like, "Go sit in the car." No, those are the people that get killed too. I'm staying right here. I'm staying right here with you. We died together. No, I'm not gonna go sit in the car either. Another thing that was funny about my grandma when she used to clean up that high school was like football season, because people go to those football games, they buy concessions, they leave bottles, throw trash all up under the bleachers and all that. They used to be tossing up, all the custodians used to be tossing up like, because then once it's over, it makes your shift run later. So I mean, it's still overtime, but it makes your shift run later. So because the games get over late, but you still have to clean up out there. So they be arguing. I don't know, you do it. I don't want to do it. So I noticed my granny used to always volunteer, like, forget it, I'll do it. So I'm like, okay. If she's staying, I'm staying. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, she like, "I'll clean under the bleachers, you clean the top of the bleachers. That way we can get out of here faster." So I'm like, okay, cool. I noticed she up under there getting listen, people that be inside of those football games, they always buying concession and then stuffing the money back in their pocket. 9 times out of 10, some part of that money is going to fall up underneath for them bleachers. She used to be coming out of there straight laid, okay? Coming out with all the money. And then just, she was like, this is my tip. I get overtime and I'm getting tips too. So then when the other custodians found out that she was, sometimes finding up to $50, $60 and, per football game underneath the bleachers, and like, that don't sound like a not lot now, but in the 90s, it was a lot of money. Now all of a sudden Mary always hogging the football games. No, y'all mad now because y'all found out her little hustle. She be under there with her, because you got to sweep it anyway. So when you sweeping it, all them quarters and, you know what I'm saying, is sweeping up, be hella change under there. Sometimes dollars, all that. Boom, got up, cheering, except just fine. Yeah, no, something else funny about that, but yeah. My granny was most definitely my inspiration, because she didn't, she would complain about her job, but she would go. You know what I'm saying? She had co-workers that were jerks and everything else, but regardless of how she felt about the people she worked with, the people she worked for, meaning the teachers, the students, the faculty, they all loved her. She treated them good, they treat her good. You know what I mean? Like, she came there to perform her job and do it regardless of the obstacles. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, they were trying to get rid of all the women custodians. And like turn it all over to dudes. She was like, no. She went to the union and all that. Like, no, I'm gonna retire from this job. Play with me if you want to. And she did end up retiring from it too. Apple juice. So, she taught me to stand up for my principles. You know, she also taught me that you can get things done without cussing, screaming, and rolling your neck. And that was one of the things that I respected about her most, because I had that really bad when I was young. Like, the minute I get upset, I will go all the way off. She had a way of showing me how to get things done without acting a butthole. You know what I mean? So I respect that about her. So in honor of Black History Month, I just want to share with y'all how much I love my Granny Mary, how much I miss her. Rest in peace. She's been gone since 2004, and let me tell you, it does not get easier. I don't care how many years it's been. I still miss her to the devil almost every day. Like, I miss the heck out of her. She's just the most beautiful person I ever known. But anyway, before I start getting emotional, I just want to wrap this up. Well, we're still giggling about all the great things that she did. But if you're watching the video, just comment about who, has been inspirational in your life. It doesn't have to be anybody famous. If it is, put it in the comments. We can discuss it. If it's not somebody in your family that you love or just want to share a moment about, we can discuss that too. Thank you guys for tuning in for one more dinner time, helping me build this little army. And like I said, I know the videos have been far and in between, but with this crazy bananas flu going around, I know y'all don't want to see. You can already see my lip is still swollen, everything from how much I'm blowing my nose, but all that coughing and hacking, I know y'all ain't trying to see nobody do that. So, excuse me. As I'm starting to feel better, the videos are going to start rolling back in. I'm trying to do it every single day. But again, like, comment, subscribe, share these videos. I love you guys so much for tuning in with all my heart. Have a good night.